All right, folks, so we're here, and Jules, it's Monday. There's a lot to discuss today. And
Well, first I want to apologize to everyone for the technical difficulties
yeah,
the team has been having. I think that everything started off, all the equipment looked like it was still left on weekend. So I apologize to everyone for that, but I think we've
right.
more or less worked it out now.
That's true. Thank you for your patience, folks.
Right, so
We got
Like
beef.
about-
But I just want to quickly ask you something. How you never tell me how you know what All-Star? A birdie tell me, and I didn't say who, that you to play upon a certain compound team for some Sprite competition this weekend.
I
you,
haven't
Jules?
heard of it. I haven't heard of it.
Really?
Usually you can't play basketball unless you're the ball at my age and stage.
Oh my God.
Right? So Wrong is a ship. And but I haven't heard that the compol has asked me to be on his team, but I would be very surprised if he did because he doesn't like public embarrassment. He like look good. He's obsessed with looking good.
But maybe you want to make it look good?
I would
Because you
make-
want to be so bad that you want to make he look good. Think about it.
That's a possibility.
You think about it.
After you shame me on the stairs, I can't go no lower than that. I can't go
You
no lower than
could.
that.
There's always a way.
There's, there's always a new bottom.
So we might see you on the court. Is that it?
You know what? He don't want announcing it because he know people come up
Okay.
and support it
Gonna
if
be a
it
surprise.
is happening. But you know, guys, we're gonna let you know if Jules is gonna be, doing that All-Star. Oh shoot! Oh,
We'll have
all
a
right.
7 News investigation moment.
Wow.
Sherry's
Why?
gonna look into it. She already told me she's going to.
Talk about sleepless nights. That ain't give me some sleepless nights.
But we must get to the beef and let these people, because they've been waiting. Hashtag beef up. I've seen it in the comments and everything like that. A lot has been happening. We have several topics to breeze through.
Okay.
One thing specifically, the vultures of Vulcan, or Vulcan is getting and experiencing the vultures. How you want to call it, that one?
Yeah, I think that it's really interesting. Vulcan went to Gales Point community on Saturday, and you have to remember this is a public traded U.S. corporation. They are massive. They are the largest supplier of quarry materials in the U.S. So this is a huge multinational
Yeah.
entering a tiny village. And it was quite noteworthy. The village pushed them back. It's like, under the step in of a wheat turf, step off.
Period.
And so we see the signage. Abdul, I think we have a picture with the Vulcan vultures T-shirt. Vulcan vultures. No play with for idiot. You have to understand, this is a maroon community. Fighting on arrival, fighting for survival. I'm saying that this village has resistance in its DNA. This village has pride in its DNA.
Definitely.
This village knows how to take a stand. Obviously,
And make really good.
so now we want to talk about this. What happened is that the Vulcan, they, instead of having a mass assembly very wisely, and these are corporate top level public relations professionals, they had multiple tents on the field, right? Multiple tents on the field so that you could break up the crowd so that you won't have one smashing chorus of complaint. So they broke up the crowd and have them at 3 different tents. But by the end of the day, you had someone set a fire on the field, which was that picture we were seeing just now. So these are how they had the tents. They had the various tents. I believe the strategy was so that you would not have any mass assembly, but still people, the community pushed back. At the end of the day, one of the Vulcan people said, we felt we got railroaded. Respect to Gales Point community when a small village can make a huge publicly traded corporation in the US feel like you got bodied, you got railroaded, you get chance, right? So respect to that small village. No, not see. Here's the fire that someone set at the end of the day as an act of protest. There were heavily armed police there, right? Because civil disobedience was expected, because that is the state of the village. Those villagers feel There's gold in them there hills. That's what they feel.
Right. Well,
That-
that's gold. I mean, they're fighting for it, right?
Right, exactly.
And it's
yeah.
theirs, they should,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, if they come in and something happens, that's their community, that's their livelihood, that's where they raise their family, that's where they want to continue to raise their family. I don't give you no wrong for that.
Yeah, but it's so rare that you have almost unanimous, and it's not unanimous, but almost unanimous pushback to body and intimidate a corporation. This is a huge corporation with billions of dollars of earnings every year. So I'm just saying, see there the police officers are with their assault rifles.
After they change outfit and now, because things get real.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm just saying that, it's a real moment. We'll see what is done at the governmental level. We've spoken about what the conflict might be in the government's mind. You need foreign direct investment.
Definitely.
These people are promising jobs, they're promising to export stuff, but the community is saying no. The Minister of Natural Resources is saying no, but you will not chase off Vulcan. Vulcan may have taken a public image beating in the village that day, but Vulcan is not broken or
Right.
bowed.
They're going to still keep coming.
They're going to still keep coming.
Yeah.
Because for them, there's also gold in those White Ridge Hills in terms of the quarry material that they want to extract and export. So it'll be interesting, though, to see what happens with this community, how firm in their resolve they are to push back against a corporate agenda. It'll be very interesting.
Let's talk about pushing back. Next up on our list, we have the police block the UDP protest. Tell us a little bit about that.
So the UDP applied to protest. They made 2 applications to protest last week. They want to do it near Shell One Stop, which is the Briseño family's gas station, the Prime Minister's family gas station. And so, but Abdul, I think we have the letter from the officer commanding Eastern Division. From the officer commanding Eastern Division. What you have there is another item. But so what happened from the police's perspective, police are saying, you can't have a protest because we have other security priorities and there's a state of emergency. Bogus. We have a right to assemble in this country, in a democracy, and you all know this. All over the world, protests are held. Large and small are held every day. If it's a UDP, it's going to be small. You don't have to worry about a large protest.
That's
right?
true.
Yeah.
No, because, it's happening right on the boundary of the Colette constituency. He didn't bring out nobody if you support Patrick Farber. I'm sorry, Patrick Farber won't bring out anyone to support Shine Barrow-led protest. So you don't even have to worry about the Colette constituency.
Oh.
So we have the letter from the officer commanding Eastern Division. Says your application. This is the second one for the week. The first one supposedly came with too little notice. Due to the state of emergency in certain parts of the South Side and our other operational priorities, we will be unable to provide adequate security for the event. Therefore, we are unable to accede to your request. This is muzzling the opposition's right to protest.
It really is.
This is a chilling precedent. I'm calling out the commissioner of police. That because it doesn't come from his desk, but it should come from his desk. It's he who makes these level of decisions, right?
Apparently
I
not
believe in the
advocate.
throw stone and hide the hand, though that is not his style, but it should come from his desk. But the commissioner on this very couch has come out as a political combatant. When he will sit here, as he did last week, and start to answer the chairman of the UDP, who is making a commentary from a political, not a security angle. Mike Parafit is pure politics. And when he will sit here and start to answer Mike Parafit on a political level, which he did,
He did. Yeah.
Yeah.
he has crossed the line. He can answer him on security matters, but there is no way our commissioner of police should get involved at the political level. I have a problem with that. And And
We can see that reflected there. No,
I think it's reflected there. That's my interpretation.
do you know what was the motive of the protest, Jules?
Well, as I understand it, the UDP wants to protest three things: high cost of living, high cost of fuel, and the general failure of the UDP of the PUP in government.
Okay.
Right? In terms of delivering on its promises, etc. So it's just a general purpose
Okay.
protest. And
Good shake
we
up.
know that with the state, the UDP, yes, obviously you need security out there, but it's the UDP in 2022. It's not a large crowd.
I was just gonna say that how much I want to say that come out like probably could count there.
Right,
Probably
exactly.
could count there.
Right. But you know, there's still UDP says they're still gonna do it tomorrow.
Okay.
So now that creates another type of situation because the UDP claims it's going to be defiant and do it tomorrow. People have protests, spontaneous protests all the time.
Yeah.
At the Port of Belize, I believe, a spontaneous one, many spontaneous ones have been held. I am saying that it is the police, it is the commissioner of police who has invited this situation by blocking the opposition's right to protest. Make them protest and get it out of the system anyway.
Yeah.
Mr. Williams is doing
So we still
the
continue.
politicians' work, I believe.
We still continue with the topic of the UDP, Jules.
Oh, yes, the UDP had an NPC, so it's like a family meeting for a dysfunctional family. But it's like we are a family, we are a toxic family, but we're going to have
So this is gonna be able to talk, okay?
Yeah, we have to talk. But so they actually passed a motion held at the NPC, and it's important because it says the NPC denounces repeated public attacks by any party member, etc. So what came out of that NPC meeting is that y'all need to chill. You don't have to stop attacking the party and the leader on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Right? No, so it's like
We had a meeting for that.
yeah, it's like a children's meeting.
Okay.
Right? It's like, oh, no need to stop talking about each other on Facebook. But, you know, usually only teenagers need this warning. But I understand that our good friend, a friend of this show, Tracy Tager Panton, has in fact, in response to this, I understand, taken down her posts which are critical of the party and of the leader. Because this is a decision, we could bring it back to the top, guys. This is a decision of the National Party Council. It denounces the repeated public attacks by the party and its members, by any party member. And I understand that Tracy Tager Panton has complied with the motion passed at the NPC. I'm not on Facebook like that. You would know better than I. But I understand she has taken down. But Patrick Faber ain't taken down Nathan. He not take down nothing. And he continues to be defiant, as I understand it. And I telling her now, they are going to try to move to kick Patrick Faber out of the UDP. That is my intuition and my information.
He sounds like another rebel forever, no?
He's a rebel forever, but he's not going to get no law school scholarship.
It
He's
definitely
a
does
rebel
sound
forever.
like it, right? I mean, after multiple times how things have been called to his attention, there have been statements given to him, and now they have to call a meeting, and he's still not cooperating.
It is
all
my-
in the sense of, unity within his party that they so claim to love and want to unite back and want to fight for a good governance.
Not one shine borrow today. I do not believe Patrick Faber will relent until he reclaims the leadership of the UDP. That is what I believe his mission is. And I think that Shine Barrow will move to expel him. That will create all kind of crisis in the House because you cannot cross the floor. But then what happens if you are not? It's not happened yet, but it is my sense that it will happen. There may even end up being a by-election. We don't know. But we are many steps away from that. But it is my sense that they will make a move to. It's unspeakable, almost unimaginable, to kick Patrick Faber out of the UDP. That is my sense. It may not happen, but that is my intuition and information. Let us see.
Yeah.
If that happens, that would be seismic within the little UDP, no? Because you only have 5 elected members, and to
Kick out one.
to kick
Yeah.
out one.
You know, Jules,
Do you have an even number?
Your
then?
most senior parliamentarian as well.
You know what gets to me is the fact, like, I can understand your love and your gravitating towards this party, and want to see it afloat and make it through. But how much longer will you stay there seeing this sinking and not ready to jump out and maybe find another ship that you can go on? It's like, how much do you have to endure and go through before realizing
hard.
I might as well move to a party, maybe start something new, something fresh with a better vision, than beat something that really, like, the repercussions it has and the
Well, who owns political parties, right? That was a dispute in the PUP as well, when John Briceño ended up resigning in frustration
Okay,
in 2011.
okay.
Because there were people, the Said Musa faction, they felt they owned the PUP and that he was not a worthy successor to take over the PUP. And so that really becomes the issue. Who owns a political party? Because people feel like Delroy Cott-Kelvin said, you can't take the UDP out of his heart. You have to understand these people are steeped in the blood. So it's
Yeah.
like, you, Shine Barrow, think you own it? You'd have just come. I want UDP soldier from 2 years old. I'm at a meeting. That's how Patrick Faber feels, right? That it's in your blood and you can't take that. So what defines? It's not like a corporation, right? It's actually something that is so deeply felt. People feel it in their DNA. I think we're being hurried to move along.
Being heard, the queen is
even
here
though
already.
even though they start with up late.
I know, not true.
Right?
It's salty.
Exactly.
The beef now a bit
Exactly.
salty. Jesus.
Exactly.
So next up we have Social Security.
In the final analysis, I did a 4-part series last week. And I tell you now, my feeling, the building still ain't get hot.
yes,
That building
was
will still
fire. That
overheat.
was
They
fire.
put in a
Good job.
curtain. They put in a curtain of drywall inside to keep out the heat. The building, I tell you now, heat is indivisible. So now you have this curtain of drywall inside blocking those big windows you see on the outside are made small inside. And I tell you no, it is my strong belief that that will not significantly reduce the heat in the building. The problem is the windows. The problem is the orientation. Those are the first two problems, east-west.
Yeah.
The sun hits it in the morning, belts it in the evening. That has not changed. That you can't change that. The windows. They chose not to change the windows. They chose not to seek that solution.
Right.
Because they said it would be more costly. That's fine. Good. That they said they'll put this drywall curtain. That is, in my opinion, will not work.
Yeah.
They were not able to. Nobody was able to show me any statistic to say that, well, it worked so far because we tested temperature before. And nobody was able to show me a metric saying that. So my feeling is that the problem will persist. That is my feeling. I do not wish it because that means more money will have to be spent. This is an atrocity, what has happened here, because this is public money and there are smart people on that board. And with that level of expertise and intelligence and acumen, this should not have happened. And if it were their money, it would not have happened. But because it's the money that we pay every payday, it did happen. What went wrong in the final analysis? Was there a lack of due diligence? I don't think it was so much that there was a lack of due diligence. There was just not a working model to supervise the construction.
Okay.
The architect should have been involved in the construction. And I believe that once they saw the heating problem, they should have dealt with it. I think that what they're doing structurally to stabilize it is unnecessary. I am no expert. The man who's coming up with the plan is a doctor. Not so I don't know, even a nurse. Right? I am a bull sitter. My point is that that entire structural extra they're building on back to stabilize it against a category 3 hurricane and an earthquake, that is not likely to happen even with climate change. A storm at category 3 winds is not likely. The likelihood of that reaching up to Belmopan is 0.0 something. I'm just saying it is not likely. But it is what it is. $3.1 million more have been spent, and that is workers' money. It is lamentable in the extreme, and it is even more so because it is my feeling as just a fool. No soy ingeniero. I am just a fool that it will not work. Let us see. But I need to see a metric. The Climate Change Center is in there. That is the main tenant.
Maybe they're
right
the
now.
metric. They'll be able to
I
There's a
want
test
them
metric.
to
warmth
give
of
me
it,
the
right?
metric.
But
I'm
Jules,
saying they will
just
be
like how you
test the
want to
warmth.
see a metric,
Yes.
we have to see one more topic, and then we must go to commercial break
You
because
say, how then it cut way,
Then
right?
it cut you,
Then it
Papa,
cut
they
me,
cut
then it
you.
cut way. Okay, we have the Queen of the Bay. Do we have the Queen of the Bay here?
yes,
Please
Queen
get
Masmini
all ugly
here.
people off the set. That's
Exactly.
That's also
Nicest
what
way
this
we
is about.
say it.
Get ugly people off the set. Okay, we have Queen of the Bay. I want to say the media was again locked out of a courtroom in Corozal this time for the arraignment of these police officers. Oh no, open the court. Enough. Oh no. Justice must be seen to be done. It is outrageous that they continue to close the courts. We are not living under a pandemic. There are no standing regulations. Open the courtrooms. Justice must be seen to be done. It is not a cloistered virtue.
Yeah.
It is not your office. It is the public's justice that has to be seen. I am calling on the chief magistrate and on the magistracy to end this madness of closed courtrooms at the magistrate's level. Open the courts. It is an injustice to keep the public out, to keep the press out. We must report on what happens in court. Stop it. Good. Next thing, Mala's meltdown. I just want to address it quickly because we'll just do this quickly. I won't even go into the threat. Obviously, if you're threatening a woman who is a foot shorter than you, 100 pounds lighter than you, you have a problem. Seek help urgently, sir. But Courtney handled it like a total professional. For us, it's about the work. We have to do our work, and we will continue to do our work. We will not be faced by silly talking and then kind of that he thinks that anybody will be intimidated, that you call in front of others, you refer to a human being, a woman, a professional, as a little dog.
Yes.
Deserves to be kicked in the face. You need help, sir. Seek help. Prime Minister, rein in your ministers. It's outrageous. But I won't get into that because I'm not moved by that. Then picnic talking.
Yeah.
But Courtney handled it like a professional, as she always does. When he started talking about ads to a reporter, Courtney said correctly, that is above her pay scale. That is my pay scale. That's above her pay scale. It's actually on my pay scale. My point is, so you are admitting that you are so petty that you are withholding ads. No, people watch Channel 7. People who watch Channel 7 right now. Channel 7 is the most watched channel in this country. Arguable, but my position. And you just said that you know to put ad span at, and we detect that personal. We aren't taking it personal, we're doing our job. You set up a festival, you haven't mentioned anything that defines success financially. Where is the accounting? You did not do that. You could have just set out a basic rubric to say XYZ will equal a worthwhile investment. Everything is still notional. From all I've heard, from everything I've heard, give me some statistics.
Right.
Yeah.
My point, though, is that I have a problem with when you say that, because we're not getting no ads. So why would it be that you would not play ads on, you want people to attend, but you will not play ads on a leading television station because it's your money?
Yeah.
Because you're so personal that, no, I punish you. You ain't punish me, and I know your money. It's public money, and you ain't punish me. You ain't use public funds to say I punish you. Man, stop it.
In his words, like it was not the feedback, it was negativity, right? So he was
Yeah.
not offered the negativity of Channel 7.
Yeah.
That's how he put it, as I was telling
Right.
Renata, right? It was feedback that he was receiving. It was the first project. Could have taken it, humbly and be like, thank you for the feedback.
Right,
But he was
that's
like, no, it's all negative stuff. So
Right. Yeah, and
that's
how
what
it
he
came
was
out.
arguing.
Yeah, and he was completely beside himself and immature. I just want to mention quickly the passing of the great surgeon, Dr. Jose Mogale, the pride of San Lazaro. I have to mention him because this is a man who gave his entire life to public service. He worked at the KHMH his entire career as a surgeon. He's mentored so many young doctors in public service. And, you know, he was an outstanding man. He died very quickly. He was overcome by cancer of the gastric system. But my point is that here is the moment at KHMH when they were taking, you know, there wasn't a dry eye in the house, as they say. That's as they were removing him from the morgue. A very moving moment at the KHMH.
Yeah.
Because he gave his entire life to that hospital, and we're all impoverished by his passing. We have lost a great doctor, but a great public servant, and I just have to mention it. And you know, it could have been avoided. Colonoscopies, colon cancer is one of the most avoidable cancers with colonoscopies. But
Condolences
respect
to everybody that's
Condolences,
affected
yes.
by this loss.
Respect to,
Yeah.
to Dr. Jose Miguel, a true public servant and a warrior for people's health. I'm off. I'm done. Bring on
Yes.
beautiful people.
Yes, and
Very
just
good.
with that, guys, with the blink of an eye, with the blink of an eye, we are on our commercial break. We give you this beautiful sunrise, courtesy of What's Happening Belize, sent in from Everett.
No, actually, that one is mine. I don't think they got on Everett.
Why did I put on Everett one?
I think we'll do Everett one
Oh
tomorrow.
my goodness, the ballet sent it to so much how we don't know put on this ballet thing.
They'll put
Anyways,
it
you
down
know what?
tomorrow.
Look, put on this commercial break. Queen Mazin is waiting for us gracefully and patiently, and we do not want to keep her waiting. For everyone out there, she just won Queen of the Bay this Saturday. We're gonna talk to her about her journey, about everything, her endeavors, and you can be able to give your comments and support her, raining all the way from Stann Creek. We're gonna go to a commercial break and we'll be right back.